Hello, students. Hello, students. This is chapter 10, Microbes in Human Welfare. We all know that microbes are the components of biological system on the earth. Microbes are present everywhere in the soil, in water, inside the body of the plants, animals, in thermal vents, everywhere you can find microbes. Microbes are diverse. They belong to protozoa, bacteria, fungi. They are present in plants. Microscopic plants are also there. Viruses, viroids, and many other. Microbes like bacteria and fungi can be grown on nutritive media to form colonies, and we can see them also with our naked eye. Microbes cause large number of diseases in human beings, in animals, in plants, but it's not always harmful. There are some useful microbes also. In this chapter, we'll be studying the microbes under different head. One, like microbes in household product, microbes in industrial products, microbes in the sewage product, microbes in sewage treatment, and microbes in biogas production, microbes in biocontrol agent, and microbes as biofertilizers. So we'll be studying these in detail. So let's start with microbes in household product. The very first one is Lactobacillus bacteria or lactic acid bacteria lab, which is used to convert milk to curd, and it produces acid that coagulates or partially digests the milk protein. And we use a small inoculum, small amount of curd to convert the milk into curd. Now, this lab, it increases the vitamin B12 in the curd, and lab also helps to check the pathogens present in the stomach. Then there are some anaerobic bacteria which undergo fermentation. For example, when we make dosa, idli, the batter of it is fermented, and it gets a puffed up appearance because of the production of carbon dioxide gas. Same way, baker's yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is used to make bread by fermenting the dough. Then it's a traditional drink, toddy, that is made by fermenting the sap from the plant. Microbes are also used to ferment fish, ferment soybean, bamboo shoots, and to produce cheese. Children, there are different types of cheese, and most common is Swiss cheese and Roquefort cheese. Swiss cheese has a characteristic hole, large holes, due to the production of carbon dioxide by a particular bacteria known as Propionibacterium shermani. On the other hand, Roquefort cheese has a peculiar smell, a characteristic smell. That is, this cheese is ripened by growing it on a fungus, Penicillium roquefort. Now, next, let us do microbes in industrial products. If you can see over here, these large vessels are known as fermenters. They are used in producing beverages and antibiotics in industrial scale. We have just done that Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is known as brewer's yeast, which is used to make bread, is also used to ferment malted cereals and fruit juice to produce ethanol. Now, this ethanol can be of two types: with distillation, without distillation. The without distillation ethanol is wine and beer, and with distillation is whiskey, brandy, rum, gin, etc. Now let's talk about antibiotics. What are antibiotics? Antibiotics are chemical substances. Children, they are chemical substances. आज के डेट में कितना antibiotic हम use करते हैं? These are chemical substances which is produced by some microbes, and they are used to kill and retard the growth of the pathogen. These antibiotics help us to treat with plague, whooping cough, diphtheria, and many a times typhoid. But do you know, first antibiotic was discovered by Alexander Fleming, and he accidentally discovered it. He was actually growing staphylococci on some culture plate, and he saw that on a culture plate where Penicillium notatum was growing, the staphylococci did not grow. So he extracted penicillium from it, but he did not potentially develop it into antibiotic. Ernest Chain and Horvath Florey, they developed penicillin as a full potential of an effective antibiotic, and it was used in World War II also. So Fleming, Chain, and Florey were awarded Nobel Prize in 1945. Then there are some more chemicals, enzymes, and bioactive molecules which come under the microbes of industrial products. Now let's first talk about the organic acids that are, these acids are produced by microbes. For example, citric acid produced by Aspergillus niger, which is a fungus. Acetobacter aceti, which is a bacteria which produces acetic acid. Clostridium botulism, that's again a bacteria, produces butyric acid. Lactobacillus, we have just studied, that's a bacteria that produces lactic acid. Now let's talk about enzymes. Enzymes, the different enzymes are lipases, that's used in the detergent formulation that helps to remove the oily stain from the laundry. You have seen the advertisements also. You put this detergent and all the oil stains are removed. So actually lipases is added into it. Pectinase and proteases, these are the enzymes which is added to bottled juices, and thus the bottled juices are very clear. Children, whenever we produce the juice at home, we see that it's not so clear. इतना white नहीं होता, थोड़ा brownish होता है. But market में जो हमें मिलता है वो बहुत ही white होता है. And that is because in that pectinase and proteases is added. Then there is an enzyme, streptokinase. It is produced by Streptococcus bacteria, and it is used as a clot buster to remove the clots from the blood vessels of the patient, those who have just undergone myocardial infarction. That's a type of a heart disease. Now, let's talk about bioactive molecules. There are two bioactive molecules, cyclosporin A and stannins. Cyclosporin A, it is produced by Trichoderma polysporum, that's a fungus, and it's used as an immunosuppressive agent in the organ transplant patients. Organ transplant जिन भी patients का हुआ होता है उनको continuously lifelong immunosuppressive medicines लेने पड़ते हैं, because they have taken organ from some other organism, and our body recognizes that as a antigen and starts killing it. So we have to suppress it. So we have to take immunosuppressive lifelong. Then there is tannin. Tannin is produced by Monascus purpurus. That's an yeast. It's used as a blood cholesterol lowering agent, and it acts as a inhibitory, it acts as a competitor of the enzyme. Actually, the substrate that produces cholesterol in our body, this statin resembles that substrate, and it goes and gets attached to that active site of the enzyme, and thus cholesterol is not produced. So with this, the first part of it is finished, children, and I hope you must have understood. Thank you.